Hello, my week 103ers. I'm so glad you took this short-term class. You know, it's a lot of stuff to try to cram into 8 weeks, 7.5 weeks, but it's definitely doable. And keep pushing forward, keep moving, and keep getting it done. Get as much done as you can before, that last week. Everything is going to close, as you know, as you've seen on there. It's going to close the Saturday before finals week, and then the final will open pretty much that Saturday because we can do that in online classes. And so you'll be able to take that and get it out of the way, right, and move on with everything else that you have to do. Please don't forget about this class. I do have in the past short-termers, 8-weekers. I call them short-termers. They forget. And then on the Friday after the final has closed and finals week, they're like, I forgot to take that. And by then it's too late. There's nothing I can do about it. I will have everything figured and all your grades in the Thursday of finals week. Your grade is figured automatically. So when you go in and take that final, it's going to apply it. The only thing I have to do is make sure your extra credit is all applied, which may not be because Canvas does not work with that well. So I have to go in and make sure that that's calculating correctly. And when you do the course eval that I do extra credit for, and I have a place for you to turn that in, you just go out to Gila Hank and do your course eval, and most people will just take a picture with their phone and then they'll attach that photo. There are some people take a screenshot, so if you know how to do that, then some people just take a screenshot on their computer and upload that. That has to be entered all afterwards, so I have to go through and see who turned that in. Please do those. Do those for all your classes, even for those courses that are not giving you extra credit. Most of those, I'll stay away from the political stuff. All that I can tell you is that EAC, at all levels of EAC, look at your student evaluations. So we look at what your comments are. And of course, we love to receive the good comments, but I evaluate the bad comments, the one that says, this was rough for me. I look at, well, what could I change and make different in that? And most instructors at EAC do that because we really want your education at EAC to stand out from the other education you will receive in your life. And for the most part, that's what students find is that, wow, as you move on, EAC really did their job well. But there are instructors that they really don't want you to provide any feedback because they know there's a ton of places they can improve and they don't want to do it. So I tell students, do it across the board. I give you extra credit for you. Many instructors do give extra credit for that to make sure that you'll go out and do it. It is anonymous, but take the time to do that. Now, a little information on the study guide and final. So all the close dates are going to be on that Saturday before finals week. And so get that all done before then. The only thing that is not going to close is going to be the study guide. And then, of course, the final exam. And those two things are very similar as far as the questions go. There's less on the final exam than there is on the study guide. But the study guide's worth no points. You get nothing for doing it. And there's a reason why. The reason is because I want you to go in and focus on the questions you don't know and do those. And if I make it worth points, then you will have to go through everything, right? I've got it set. I've got it set that you can open it multiple times. You can do the questions multiple times, and it'll give you everything you need. I mean, you can print stuff out of it. You can go see what chapter that information was in. It gives you hints all over the place. It gives you everything that you need to make sure that you know that topic of whatever that question is and answer it right. Now, the test is not that way. The test is a test, and since it's online, I've had to do things to make sure that it's really going to be a valid test. So there's a time limit. You need to be aware of that. And it's not going to tell you if you get things right or wrong. So students will always ask, hey, am I going to get two chances on my questions? And I always say, yeah. And I warn them or let them know once again that the reason that's there is for those slip-ups, right? Where you clicked on the wrong menu, even though you were looking at the right menu. And so you get it wrong and you're like, dang. And then you go and do the right thing. Now, I know that a lot of students don't use it that way. Instead, how they use it is, I don't know what I'm doing. I got that wrong. Now I got another shot. Let me try this one right? And so it's good educationally when you're coming through the course, not good for a final exam. So unfortunately for you, what's going to happen is you're going to take the final exam and you're going to take the first question and you'll go, I believe that's the answer. And I'm done. And it'll say complete. And it won't tell you if you got it right or wrong. So you need to be aware of that. The navigation, is all the same. It's all the same questions that you've seen throughout the course. Nothing is different there. You're not going to be surprised with anything, but you do need to know that. In other words, you need to know the answer before you get to taking the test. So use the study guide and you will be prepared for that test. Test is not going to surprise you. But if you don't use the study guide, when you get in there, boy, you better know those answers. Otherwise, you're not poking around to find out what it is. It'll just say complete and you can move on. I have students that don't know. And so they take every question twice. And it takes them a long time because they got 2 tries and they go through and take them all twice to, figure out, maximize their score. They're guessing. And that's what you're doing, maximizing your guessing. But most students study a little bit. They use the study guide and they know, okay, this is what I didn't know. And now I know it. Now I can take the test. And they just fly through it and they do awesome in it. So anyway, if you guys have any questions, let me know. I've loved having you in class. It's been very short. And those of you that have asked questions, I've loved interacting with you and hope to see you in another class. I've got some really condensed courses coming up in the summer, the Google IT courses, which is a really good, if you looked at 103 and you're like, you know what, this information's not bad, it's kind of cool. The Google IT courses will take you to the next level and are really a good gauge of, do I want to do something like this or do I not? It's a good gauge for that. In the summertime, they are super condensed. You finish the entire certificate in 8 weeks. And it is a lot. So it's basically taking this class and condensing it down further. It's different information, but it's, content-wise, that's what I mean. But those courses are also offered in the fall as 8-week courses that are online. And so you can take the first course, 8 weeks, and then the second course, 8 weeks, and get that certificate within that time frame. So if you have questions on courses, if you have questions in the future that you're just like, I don't know what to do, what's a good virus scanner, McBride will know. Yeah, shoot me an email. By all means, just send me some information about what you're thinking and I'll respond to you. I love being able to do that kind of stuff. And I know it's confusing for a lot of people. So you got questions on anything, just let me know, just ask. And we'll talk to you later. Again, finals coming up. Keep moving forward, keep getting that stuff out of the way. And when you run into trouble, just don't slam your head against the wall continuously. That problem's not working. Dump out of usually Chrome, right, is what you're using. Dump out of Chrome, get into Firefox, use it and see if it goes away. If it doesn't, then contact me and say, hey, try this in these 2 browsers. It's not working. What do I do? And I'll take a look at it. Remember to send me specific info. That's the thing that students don't do. Hey, I'm on Access 2 and it's not working. What do you mean? I don't know what to do with that. The whole thing's not working or a certain problem, right? So send me details. I have people that do it the easy way, right? They'll just pull up their phone and they video what they're doing. See? And then I'm like, oh, I know exactly where they're at. Anyway, I'm here to help you as much as possible. Take care of yourselves and we will see you later.